What a nice group we have today. Thanks so much for coming, everyone. So my name is Kocayne Givner. I'm the Ward 4 counselor. And I had the great privilege of co-writing this proclamation with Tyrone Bowie, who's sitting right here. I just wanted to start off by saying thanks to Mayor García for lending us his office for a few.
Anytime.
And of course, the mayor's office, Stephen and Nilka for helping out with everything, because I call a lot, and the city of Holyoke, of course. What a great way to kick off the celebrations taking place throughout the city this summer, to honor Black Holyokers and those of African diaspora in Holyoke. This proclamation was co-written with Tyrone Bowie in an effort to recognize Black Holyoke through honoring this historic civil rights movement figure. As the Ward 4 counselor and the sole Black female on the city council, it's been my honor to co-write this and move this proclamation forward for the signing today, which is May 19th, the birthday of Malcolm X, who was born in 1925. So we have a couple guests today who would like to speak, or who have asked to speak. I'm going to start with Felicia Lundquist, who is a training manager for Think Again Training and Consulting. And this is a company that supports individuals, organizations, and communities to enact social justice principles in their lives and work. So, Felicia.
Thank you. Can everyone hear me?
Yes.
Awesome. Welcome. Good afternoon. I'm so excited to be here, and thank you again for allowing me this space. Again, I represent Think Again Training and Consulting, which is an organization, as Coco said, that does DEIJ work, diversity, equity, inclusion, and justice work. And this is a prime example of doing that work and creating spaces where people are included and a sense of belonging. As we know, Malcolm X was a prominent figure in the American history, in Black community, and the Nation of Islam. He was known as a Black Muslim minister, a vocal advocate and organizer, an empowerment and instrumental in the human rights movement and activist leader in the civil rights movement. He was passionate about articulating and addressing concepts connected to systemic oppression, racial justice, Black pride, and Black nationalism, leading, preaching, raising awareness, self-esteem, confidence, and affirmation of our Black community and our Black Americans and community in general, taking time to reconnect people with their African diaspora as a result of his efforts. So we as he continued to encourage community to embrace a new way of life, we also want to do that as well as a life of change. On the true legacy of Malcolm X, the mission remains the same: to position ourselves as a resource for education, enlightenment, and empowerment. And we continue to grow his legacy through things and missions, through the mission and the local national programs in days like today, where we get to celebrate Holyoke in this amazing way. Let us continue to remember the principles, values, and importance of the work that Brother Malcolm did towards cultivating change for social justice and global justice movements. And let us continue to uplift, honor, and highlight and embody his efforts through continued partnership and facilitation and actions that promote diversity, inclusion, equity, and justice for all. I thank you all for allowing me this space. I also want to make a shameless plug for my company. We are doing Pride Month programming that's coming up. And so you can check us out with Holyoke Media for an interview around that, and again, celebrating our community and solidarity for all. Thank you, and have a wonderful day.
Thanks, Felicia. We also have today Christopher Domi Lora from the youth. He's the youth leadership coordinator for Palante Transformative Justice in Holyoke. So he'd like to say a few words, and I think it's a great way to continue this.
What's up, y'all? Good afternoon. A little nervous, so bear with me. How y'all feeling? How y'all living? We good? I wrote a little something, but before I read what I wrote, I just want to say how honored and grateful I am to stand in a room full of these y'all amazing people and y'all folks at home. First time on TV. Hi, Mom. Sorry. No. First, I would like to start by stating and honoring those who walked the lands before us. As due to their commitments and sacrifices, we are able to be here today. In particular, the life of human rights activist Malcolm X. I stand here today before you as a part of a lineage in which I hold close to my heart. I am a part of the Palante Transformative Justice Program here in Holyoke, and our work is highly inspired by the Young Lords, who are a group of young people of color, primarily Puerto Ricans, in both Chicago and New York. They're a perfect example of what happens when young people come together to better their community. In fact, the Young Lords drew inspiration for their work from Malcolm X, as their first Palante newspaper article was on the importance of Malcolm X's work and legacy. Apologies. Malcolm X believed deeply in the power of young black and brown people organizing for the dignity we deserve. He knew, just like we know now, that we will have to create the world we want to live in, and that we can't do that alone. We will have to come together and find new ways to show up for each other. At Palante, we see our peer leaders come together to learn about and take pride in our culture, nuestras raíces, to unlearn the stubborn racist ideas that we still are exposed to, and to heal both personally and as a community. We are committed to carry on the legacy of Malcolm X with the hope that future generations will grow up safer, more joyful, and more free because of the work we do today. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Chris. And last but not least, we do have a proclamation. That will be read by Mayor Joshua García. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Councilor Givner, and for everyone who was involved, as well as Mr. Bowie, helping drafting this proclamation. And everybody in this room today, I know today we acknowledge and celebrate Malcolm X on his birthday and the work that he's contributed during his time here on Earth. But every day, we hope that each and every one of us can continue to do the important work that he started. Yes, although we've came a long way since the 1920s or so, there's still so much more work that each and every one of us we have to continue to do. Here in the city of Holyoke specifically, we started our diversity, equity, and inclusion work, and soon we'll be advancing that and making diversity, equity, and inclusion a #1 priority, along with managing our financial resources and keeping up with municipal services, but also in everything that we do at City Hall and out in the community, that we do it through the lens of diversity, equity, and inclusion. And so I'm very happy that we started that work, and soon you'll be hearing more on how we will continue to advance that. But here I have a proclamation that I'll read out loud. Whereas, City of Holyoke proclamation, whereas Malcolm X was a minister, human rights activist, and prominent black nationalist leader who served as a spokesman for the Nation of Islam during the 1950s and 1960s. And whereas, while incarcerated, Malcolm X took educational initiatives by teaching himself reading, history, politics, and world religions. And whereas Malcolm X, towards the end of his journey, preached the possibility of peaceful resolutions to America's race problems. And whereas Malcolm X will be remembered for his contributions to society by underscoring the value of truly free populace and by demonstrating the great lengths to which human beings will go to secure their freedom. And whereas Holyoke's historically underserved black community deserves recognition and representation for their efforts and determination to engage in leadership and community building. And whereas a Malcolm X Day would commemorate the community building contributions and efforts of residents of black descent by proclaiming May 19 as Malcolm X Day, and whereas by designating May 19 Malcolm X Day, the City of Holyoke opens opportunities to receive cultural grants and funds to hold celebratory events focused on rewarding excellence in community building, leadership, arts, academic, and athletic contributions. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that I, Joshua A. Garcia, Mayor, City of Holyoke, Massachusetts, do hereby declare May 19th Malcolm X Day. a day when we inspire not just the Black youth of Holyoke, but all residents and strive for excellence. We are to honor this day out of respect for Holyoke's Black population, and witness whereof I have hereunto set my hand and caused the official seal of the City of Holyoke to be affixed.
Tyrone,
Yep. Come on up.
since this was your baby, and you sent me the initial email that said, hey, we need to do this, I think it's only right that you receive this.
Thank you.
I think it's great, and thanks for doing it.
Thank you. I would like to take the time to thank the individuals in this room who have all came together to make sure that we have this day of recognition of the Black communities that are in Holyoke, and that we can start enjoying and celebrating each other's different cultures that are within the Black culture, and come together and understand that our community is very diverse and that everybody needs the same recognition. And I'm glad that we're building a pathway to achieving that for tomorrow. So again, thank you to the mayor and the council people that helped bring this together, and a lot of the individuals that are in this room that I want to personally thank for being part of my life and making sure that I had a Black person to look up to and to want to help. Like, I've had a lifetime of community activism to the point where now I'm Minister Tyrone Bowie Jr., and it would not have been able to get to that part if I didn't have these people in my life. So I'm so happy to be able to finally be able to stand up here and give that recognition to those folks.
Well, thank you all for coming. This has been really special. I'm happy this came together. Thanks again, Mayor, and the City of Holyoke, and everyone who supported this. It's been really great. Thank you, Tyrone, for bringing this idea forward and making sure it happens. So thank you, everyone. Thanks for coming. Oh, and there's some refreshments on my left. You're right. Thanks again, everyone.
Feel free to hang out.
Yeah.
Socialize, talk.
Occupy the mayor's office.
Yeah.
The people's office.
Occupy the people's
You paid
office.
for it.